Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. And if you remember earlier this year, Motorola released their Razr Plus, which was a premium flip phone at a $1,000 price point. I can link to my video down below, but now it's time to check out their 2023 Razr. So not the Razr Plus, the Razr, which is a little bit more budget friendly at $600. It is nice to see the price of these flip phones going down. That $600 price point is the launch price. It might change after launch, so keep that in mind. But anyways, let's dive into it. We're gonna take a quick look what comes in the box and then get some hands-on with the new 2023 Razr with a bunch of new features, and that smaller front screen has some updated features and even a new application Motorola is using on their phones. Let's get started. Opening this box, we have some information about the device. Plus, they sent over a charging brick at 30 watts via USB Type-C. And here is the 2023 Razr. It says plastic-free packaging on the side. Opening it up. First thing we have is our Razr. We're going to set that to the side for just a second. Inside we get our SIM ejection tool and our standard booklets, plus USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. On to what you came to see, the Motorola Razr. It does point out, do not remove the attached internal screen protector. Let's open up this paper here, revealing that sage green color. Does have vegan leather on the back. I'm gonna boot up our phone for the first time, and while it boots up, let's take a closer look at the hardware and the hinge. Down at the bottom, we have our microphone, USB Type-C port, one of our speakers. Along the right side is our power button, volume rockers. Looks like another microphone on the right side here. Up at the top, looks like yet another microphone, and I want to point out, not much of a camera bump overall. If you take a look, it's pretty flat, maybe just a slight bump out. And then along the left side, we have our SIM card slot right there, and then absolutely nothing else. Now, quick look at the hinge mechanism, seeing it closed, and taking a look at it, it does not look like there's a gap at all in the hinge, which is good. It will help keep dust out of the internal screen. On the back, Motorola logo says Razr. I do like the sage green color. It looks pretty clean. On the front, we have our dual camera system and a 1.5-inch display. We'll show that off in just a second. In terms of the dual camera system, you have a 64 megapixel main sensor with optical image stabilization and a 13 megapixel wide angle lens, which will also take macro close-up shots. Quickly, another look at that back hinge. It feels really good. Doesn't feel loose whatsoever because you can hold it at various angles, so that's good to see. Open to complete setup. Let's do that. So there we go. Hi there. Let's run through the setup process. I'll talk about anything that's noteworthy. The power button does have a fingerprint scanner built into it, so let's set that up. It's in a fairly comfortable spot to just rest our thumb. Also nice that it's on the outside, of course, so that you can unlock it while the device is closed. So let's continue through. Keep setting it up. There we go. Pretty easy. Almost there. Touch to unlock. Would you like to touch it, or do you want it to actually have to turn on the screen to unlock our device? So I'll leave that on, just touch to unlock. We'll test that out in just a second. You can add more if you'd like to. Some information about taking care of your device. You can pause if you'd like to read all of this. All right, we are all set up and ready to go in the 2023 Motorola Razr. A quick close-up at that 6.9-inch display. Specifically want to point out there is just a small crease there, but it's really minimal. Even when you feel it, you can feel it a little bit, but it's really, unless the light really hits it, as you can see, the light hits it like that, it's pretty hard to tell that it's there. I'd like to point out this is a 22:9 aspect ratio, so a little bit tall, but still pretty standard in terms of foldables. Also, it has a 144 hertz refresh rate, and it seems like it's enabled out of the box. It looks like it's run through the setup process and everything, but these animations look smooth. I should say the refresh rate looks smooth. Let's double check. Yes, it's set to high. So high, or you can bump it down to 60 hertz at standard. That will help save battery life, but I definitely recommend keeping it on high just to check it out, try it out, makes everything look really smooth. Also, in case you are wondering, this does have the Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 processor inside. Let's go ahead and unlock the phone, test out that fingerprint scanner. Again, I set it to just set my finger down, so you'll notice I don't have to turn the screen on. Let's turn the screen on, set the thumb down, unlocks it right away. And then welcome to your Razr on our front screen. So let's zoom in and check out what that has to say. Learn how to navigate. Swiping through on the home screen, swipe up for notifications, easy enough. Swipe down for settings. Okay, swipe left or right to switch panels. Flip to continue. Okay, let's continue through. Unlock our device. You can completely customize which panels show up on that front screen. If you want audio recorder, it looks like it opens it up because you need to allow it some permissions first. That makes sense. Calendar, contacts, media, timer, and weather. So I'm adding just a bunch of these panels. You're going to need to provide it, obviously, these permissions, location, microphone for recorder, that all makes sense. Once you've selected the ones you want, you can drag to reorder them. Just press and hold and drag. So now let's check those out. You do have a clock with the date and your battery percentage right there. Swiping down gets to those settings. You can turn your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth off. You can turn your flashlight on. I'm gonna press that and watch what happens. 3, 2, 1. So you're not just looking at it when that flashlight actually comes on there. I'll turn that off, swiping through. More settings, hotspot. Quick hotspot turn on is kind of nice to have. You don't have to flip open the phone. So a lot of useful little shortcuts there. And then swiping up is all of your notifications. You can clear those. If you press on them, it looks like it expands. That's really nice. And then if you press on it again, it'll go into that full notification. So you can actually go into your full notification to read them, maybe messages, and then if I hit go to play protect, then it says flip open to continue. And very quickly, swiping through our panels, a quick timer, there's the audio recording, you can sync your contacts, media, flip open and play media, and then you can control, skip, play, pause music. So that's nice. If you're listening to something, you don't have to flip open the phone to control your music. Calendar, and there is our Chicago weather, getting a little chilly. I'd also like to point out, if I set my thumb down, it does a quick little vibration to let me know it unlocked the phone, so then I can just open it up and it's ready to go. So all in one motion, I can set this down, flip it up, and we're already on our home screen. There's even more customizations you can do to the front screen, but I'd like to point out this does have wireless charging built into it, so you don't just have to use the wired charging. That external display can be completely customized, not just by the panels, but notifications, call settings, and clock faces. So going through, there's a bunch of different ones: Moto, Moose, Friends, Lunar, Lava, Bubblegum, Blocky, Pedal. So a group of different ones, and you can change the specific color on them. Quickly, let's jump into the camera application and check out their flex view. So you'll notice the viewfinder jumps to the top, and then our quick shortcuts or options to maybe switch to the ultra wide angle lens jumps down to the bottom, which is one way to use it. You can hold it like a camcorder side horizontally to get better video, etc. Now, if you press this icon in the upper left corner, external display camera cartoon is on. So you'll notice when I'm looking at it, there is a cartoon right there. So it's not quite a viewfinder, but if we press this, I can take a picture of myself. So it's showing a cartoon. Now I do remember being able to see myself on that viewfinder, so let's try something out. Twist twice, and that's Motorola's signature way to open up the camera, and there I am. So that was it. I knew there was a way to be able to see myself, so when it's closed, you can actually frame up a picture. You press the button there, it has the timer going. I believe you can tap the screen as well to quick capture. Swipe to go to different modes between, there's portrait mode, photo, and video mode. Swiping up will go to the ultra wide angle lens. Press this X and you can close out. You can also double press the power button. That's another shortcut to get to your Photos app. And then when you flip open the phone, the application will continue on the inside. Here are a lot of different camera modes that Motorola offers, including that 64 megapixel ultra resolution. They also do have a pro mode to really customize your shot. By the way, there's also a 32 megapixel selfie camera there. So if you go into flex mode, it's much easier to maybe set it down on a table, line it up, and take a selfie. Or again, you can flip it to the back and use that 64 megapixel camera that's on the rear. So something new that's kind of exciting is called Moto Unplugged. So going into it's a way to disconnect and have no distractions. It limits your access to specific applications. It creates a space with notifications that you can truly control, change the scenery. Let's start our session. I want to walk you through this. It's actually really neat. So if I'd like to hit customize, I can choose specific apps that I allow. Maybe I want calculator because I'm doing math homework or something, for example. There's an app layout. You can choose 4x4, 5x4, 3x2, wallpaper. So there's a group of different wallpapers, more calming wallpapers, interruptions, so your alerts and notifications. So this is big. Messages, anyone, contacts, starred, or none. So you can choose just your favorites. That would be nice for calls, maybe just your starred contacts there. Allow repeat callers. That's cool if the same person calls twice within 15 minutes, because generally, if it's actually urgent, they're going to call twice in a row. Everyone kind of knows that. Etiquette, notification dots, so you can have those show up or not. Alarms, probably want those. Maybe you're taking a nap. Who knows? Let's hit save. Okay, you can require password before ending a session as well. You do have to allow a couple different permissions, like do not disturb and notification access. But once we've done that, let's hit continue and we will start. Session time, however long you want it to be. So let's say I need 30 minutes of studying or 1 hour of studying, custom or no time limit. Let's do 30 minutes for now. Hit start and we are unplugged. See the apps you've chosen, but nothing there. Limit interruptions and ending our session. So here it is. There's the specific apps. If I get a phone call from someone that's starred, that will come through. You can use your apps like normal, times 36 equals that. Okay, swipe up to go home, but this is it. You can't go to your app drawer, swiping down. You do have your quick shortcuts here, limited quick shortcuts right there. Lets you know how much time is remaining on your session, and that's about it. So that's such an easy way to unplug and really limit your phone use if that's something you're trying to do. And you know, even with the front screen, it says you're unplugged. It lets you know you're ready to go. So you just get those notifications coming through, whether it be just a quick message that you need to see. Otherwise, you know, set your phone down and unplug. Finally, exiting is really easy. I didn't put a password on this one, but you can put a password if you'd like. But overall, that's everything we're gonna talk about for now on the 2023 Motorola Razr. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. Motorola is adding a lot of very useful features to these flip phones. So I like to see the competition. I like to see the lower price point. So drop a comment. Let me know what you think. A lot more videos coming soon, so be sure to click that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.